Family Fantasy Football Podcast.
What an exciting week 5 we had. Huge Monday night game. Big. I'm sure it helped out a lot of teams. It almost hurt me really bad. What's with the bag, man? What's with the bag?
Oh, this bag?
Yeah, that bag. Yeah, that bag. What's going on over there?
I'm wearing this humiliating bag over my head because I am the second best dad in the world. I lost to Jim Schaefer, the best general manager in the world. Not only did I lose to Coach Schaefer, he beat me up and down and sideways and around.
Man, he's on a tear. Yeah, he really did. I might have to wear a bag next week if he beats me, probably, because I'm playing him this week. But yeah, he got you.
Congratulations, Coach Schaefer. I take back everything I ever said about you.
Oh man,
just kidding. I don't take back any of it.
All right, well, let's get into some news. First thing, there's a lot of news. A lot of injuries happened again this week, of course, and a lot of things to talk about. Let's get into the John Gruden situation first before we get into the injuries.
Yeah.
So John Gruden put in his resignation today or yesterday?
Last
night
yeah.
to the Las Vegas Raiders because of some emails that were sent in 2011, I think. Right?
Yeah. You know, it seems as if they dug into it, but nevertheless, you know, John Gruden said inappropriate things he shouldn't have said. You know, he really disgraced Roger Goodell, the commissioner of the NFL.
Right.
He had anti-Semitic remarks. He, you know, homosexual things that he said. He talked about blacks. It was bad, you know, and it was email conversations between him and his good friend Bruce Allen, who at that time was, I believe, the general manager for the Washington Redskins. So, you know, it's like two friends talking.
Right.
And it really does expose who John Gruden is, you know. And the sad part is he's a really good coach.
Yeah.
Really good head coach. He got a lot out of the Raiders with a little bit of talent. You know, not at the same time. He's the one putting the team together.
Right,
But anyway, he was able to keep them competitive in one of the hardest divisions in the NFL. But he's gone. And it's bad. He'll never get a job in the NFL again.
Yes.
Matter of fact, the news came out today that the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, the team that John Gruden won the Super Bowl with, I don't know if you remember, but that was like 2003, they took his name off the Ring of Honor. Yeah.
Yeah, so,
I mean,
yeah, it stinks. So I guess, you know, the thing that we're going to talk about is how is this going to impact, you know, Darren Waller, Hunter Renfrow, Josh Jacobs, you know, how does this impact the fantasy community here?
Yeah. Well, normally, you know, you would say star players, you know, maybe a little bit of change, but, you know, and I can see a guy like Darren Waller still doing what he does.
Yeah, sure.
But it is going to impact some of those guys because don't forget, John Gruden called all the plays.
Yeah.
He's known for being an offensive guy, you know, an offensive guru, and he has always called the plays. And it is John Gruden and his game plan that got Darren Waller the ball 15, 16 times a game.
Well, he said that Darren Waller was the best player he ever coached.
Yeah,
so
I think he meant that too.
No, yeah, for sure.
Because he's awesome, but you know, it's not good. I mean, it's going to affect. I think mostly Derek Carr. I think that goes without saying. He's the quarterback, but you got, you know, Derek Carr was having, in my opinion, his best year as a pro.
No, he was doing great.
Yeah.
So the special teams and assistant coach has been promoted to head coach. What's his name?
Yeah.
I can't remember his name.
Italian guy. You know, won for the home team, right?
Yep.
Well, let's look it up. He was special teams coach And you know something that I think is worth mentioning. It usually it's the assistant coach, the special teams coach works with offensive players, defensive players,
Sure, yeah.
special teams
Right,
guys.
yeah, that's a good point.
So they usually make the better like interim coach.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Yeah, because they kind of know everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rich Bichetti.
Okay. Rich
Biscotti, something like that.
Biscotti.
Something.
It's Italian.
Yeah. So yeah, he's the new head coach for the Las Vegas Raiders. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah, we'll see. I you know, hopefully it doesn't impact people too much, but I'm sure you know they're going to be in a transition period, and hopefully the guys that you have, the Raiders, can still produce for you. All right, so the next bit of news is Saquon Barkley and Daniel Jones. I mean, the Giants are they really can't catch a break. Barkley this week, after the play was over, I think he was jogging back to the huddle and kind of stepped on somebody's foot and just rolled his ankle really bad. And the report right now is they said it doesn't look as bad as it could be. I don't think they gave a projection yet, right, of how much.
Well, they right away ruled him out for week 6.
Yep.
They said that I think the early assessment was that Barkley's body heals quicker.
Yeah, they always say that. Yeah.
So, and that is true. I mean, he's kept himself in great shape, but it's one freak thing after another with this guy, man.
It sucks, dude.
I remember when Barkley came into the NFL a few years ago. He did tear it up, but just the talent that he has, and when he came out of college, I said out loud to somebody that Barkley is a first ballot Hall of Famer. No doubt about it.
Yeah.
I mean, he's got the talent, but he hasn't been able to stay healthy.
Yeah, he hasn't been. And this is saying here that after the game he was on crutches with a boot on his left ankle.
Yeah.
So that makes it seem a little bit worse. But he heals quickly. He's a freak of nature, they say.
I'd say if I had to give a estimate, I'd say 4 weeks.
Yeah, 3 or 4 weeks. Yeah, that's what I would say too. But we don't know. But the other bit is Daniel Jones, who's in concussion protocol right now, right?
Yeah, and another thing with concussions. Daniel Jones got his bell rung.
Did he?
His lip was bleeding. It was like the baby deer legs. He stood up and he almost went right down. But what I've learned over the last few years with really concussions being at the forefront is that some of the hits like that are just nasty, and it seems like there's no way he plays.
Right.
That guy could end up playing the next game.
Right.
And then it's almost like a guy just gets tackled and just slightly bangs his head on the ground.
Sure, yeah.
And he's out for 2 weeks. So it really is all in the guy, his brain, how he goes through the protocol. And, so you really don't know, I guess, is what I'm saying. We'll see with Daniel Jones.
And Daniel Jones has, there's just certain people in fantasy that even if they're doing really good, it's almost like you never will trust it and you never pick them up.
That's him.
And Daniel Jones is one of those guys. I did pick him up and I was going to play him last week and I'm glad I didn't. But he's been having an excellent year. The guy can run, dude. He can run with anybody. So he's not a bad quarterback to fill in a bye week or a good matchup.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He's really not. He's been playing really good. As a matter of fact, let me just see where he is on the year. It's probably a little bit lower than it would be. I mean, even with last week missing a bunch of time, he's at quarterback 11 on the season right now. So just something to think about. And as we go through these projections in a little bit, I think it's been opening my eyes. So hopefully it'll get you guys to think a little bit. Next bit of news is Russell Wilson.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know if you guys saw that game on Thursday night, but he was throwing the ball and he hit what's the guy's name? Aaron Donald's hand, and his finger was bent, and he was trying to fix it. And anyway, he got out of the game. Geno Smith came in, and this, I guess it was Saturday or Friday, whatever. He went into surgery. He's got some screws in his hands, and they're saying 4 to 8 weeks, right? Is that what they said?
Yeah, I thought it was 6.
Maybe 4 to 6, 6 to 8. Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm looking right now.
He's saying that he's going to beat that projection.
Yeah, he's a hard worker. Yeah.
Yeah. So We'll see.
Yeah,
They're
so
week 10, I think that's what Russell Wilson is targeting coming back.
week 10.
Yep.
Week 10 return against the Packers is what they're saying. So, what do you think about fantasy production, DK Metcalf and Tyler Lockett without Russell Wilson?
I like Metcalf better.
Sure.
Just watching how the game unfolded when Geno Smith came in, you could tell he was looking for Metcalf.
Mm-hmm.
He's easier to find.
Yeah.
First of all, he's bigger.
It's huge.
He's easier to find, and Metcalf is better at like 50-50 balls.
Yeah, right.
He's better at contested catch. That's what a backup quarterback wants.
Right.
A guy that is gonna fight for the ball. Don't get me wrong, Tyler Lockett's one of the best receivers as far as catching the ball and getting open, and he's a wizard running routes, but he's small, he's short, he's a deep ball guy.
Yeah.
And that's what Russell Wilson is good at.
That's what he's good at, yeah.
So I think it affects Lockett more.
Yeah, I do too. I mean, if you watch the game on Thursday, I was getting frustrated because I have DK Metcalf, and he scored and he's been getting by, but he hasn't really had. I mean, this was his best game.
Yeah.
But Russell Wilson is just locked on to Tyler Lockett pretty much at all times. And there were so many times where DK Metcalf was wide open, he doesn't get looked at. And Geno Smith came in, and he was looking for Metcalf the whole time. So, for me, having DK Metcalf, I'm hoping that's the way. But that's the way it looks like it's going to go. But Tyler Lockett will still get his, I'm sure. He gets open. So,
yeah.
All right. Hold on, I lost my notes here. What's the next? Do you have it up?
The next thing?
Yeah.
So the next bit of news.
Tampa Bay.
That's right. Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay Bucks, they put up 558 yards of offense. Tom Brady, what did Tom Brady throw for?
I think I want to say 411, but I don't know if that's
100%.
100%.
Well, let's look it up.
I'm pulling it up right now.
Let's look it up.
Yeah, he threw for 30 for 42, 411 yards, and 5 touchdowns.
Jeez.
So
5 touchdowns. He, Antonio Brown caught, I think it was 7 catches for 120 something.
124.
And 2 touchdowns. Antonio Brown is the youngest player to 900 receiving yards.
It's awesome.
Which is, it's awesome when you take into account he took a year and a half off of football.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Almost, right? Or half a year, or 3/4 of a year. And then half of last year. He didn't join Tampa till halfway through the season.
Mm-hmm.
So,
yeah.
I'd say the better part of a year, at least, plus, off of football. And he's the youngest player to 900 receiving yards. Say what you want about the guy, but he is playing awesome right now.
Yeah, he really is. One more thing that we should add probably is Clyde Edwards-Helaire.
Yeah.
Clyde Edwards-Helaire has a knee MCL sprain, right?
Yeah, MCL sprain. It's the same thing that happened to Nick Chubb last year. It's the same injury that David Montgomery has. It's a 4-week minimum injury.
Well, they just put him on the IR.
Yeah.
I think they said they're hopeful that he'll come back in 3 weeks. Didn't they say
that? Yeah, is that right?
I don't know. That's what I
thought.
Well,
maybe, but it's, I guess it depends on the grade. You know, there's different grades of sprain, but he, So, next man up, right? Darrell Williams.
Yep.
Who's getting him?
Somebody's getting him. Would you rather have Williams or Booker? By the time this comes out, it'll be over, so it don't matter.
Oh, man.
Who's your number one priority this week?
Williams.
What do you think about Gaskin?
I don't even know who you're talking about.
I might put Gaskin because I think Booker and Williams might be going, but I don't think anyone's going to go for Gaskin.
Well, Gaskin, it's so up in the air with him.
I know, dude. It is.
Like he's projected for 8 points.
Yeah.
And I get it. It's like you never know. You want to talk about a coach trying to get cute with running backs. The guy tries to force Malcolm Brown on the field.
Well, Malcolm Brown didn't. I don't think he touched the ball this whole game.
Well, this is what you got to look at for the Dolphins. Every team, the word is out on Tampa. The only way to use running backs is throw the ball.
100%.
That's why Myles Gaskin was out there. So I'm not necessarily falling
You're
for
not
it.
buying it.
No, I mean, I drafted them and I like them, but they're not using them like they did last year.
But you would think, I mean, it's for us, it seems like common sense. You would think that they would look at this game and say, okay,
you do.
let's use him more. You know what I
know.
mean? So I don't know. I haven't prioritized yet, but that's a shot I might take.
Yeah.
Because there's a strong chance that Booker and Williams are gone. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
I
So,
do. Yeah.
but they're going to be probably top priorities this week.
Yep.
All right, so now we're going to get into the we're going to get through the quarter of the season position reviews. So we're going to basically go and look at Fantasy Pros PPR rankings from weeks 1 to 5 and talk about the people that are the top ranked players, people that nobody expected to be there, and people that should be there that aren't, stuff like that. So we'll start off with the quarterback. Hold on, let me get it up here now. I lost it. We'll start off with the quarterback. You got any thoughts on anybody in the top 10 you want to talk about?
I'd say the only one that pops is Sam Darnold.
Yeah.
Sam Darnold is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So Sam Darnold's in the top 10. And I came into the year believing that Sam Darnold could be maybe a top 15.
Right.
Top 20
Yeah.
for sure, but top 10, I didn't see it. But he's been great, man.
Yeah, he has.
He's got his stats are a little bit inflated with the 5 rushing touchdowns.
Right.
So
that bumps
he's got 6 passing touchdowns, 6 interceptions.
Yeah, well, he had 3 last game. Too.
Yeah, but then he's got the 5 rushing touchdowns.
Yeah, which bumped him up. Yeah.
But still, he's in the top 10.
Yeah.
The rest of the guys, it's like I could see it coming.
Yeah. Jalen Hurts. Paul has the projection specifically for our league, which I just have the general PPR. So where's Hurts at?
Hurts is right after Murray. He's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
7. That's what he is on here too. Yeah, I mean, I didn't see that coming at all. I thought he might be a top 12, but I didn't see him inside, top 10. I mean, I guess it was possible, but that's a surprise to me for sure.
Yeah, he's a little bit higher than I thought he would be. Yeah.
And I think, too, I'll say this about Jalen Hurts. We've had a couple of the Eagles games on up here that we've been able to watch, and then we got this one Thursday night.
Yeah.
He's had a lot of flags called back for touchdowns, a lot of people stepping out of bounds and then catching bombs, a lot of people hitting in the hands and then dropping it in the end zone. That happened once last week and once the week before. So I think he really could be a lot better than he is.
Yeah,
you know
I think I heard, I could be wrong, but I think I heard that Devontae Smith has more touchdowns called back than anybody in the NFL.
I believe it. I've seen it happen in a bunch of games.
It's happened like 4 times.
Yeah, I'm sure it has. Yeah, Goddard dropped a pass right in the end zone last week, and then somebody did. I think it was Quez Watkins the week before, hit him right in the hands, and they dropped it. So he hasn't thrown for a lot of touchdowns, but he's getting it done for sure.
Yeah, he's getting it done on the ground.
Yeah. How about Justin Herbert?
Dude, Big Herbs.
Oh my gosh.
Big Herbs. I mean, the cat's out of the bag, right?
Oh, dude, he's legit, man. He's definitely legit. Taylor Heineke at 15. That's pretty. I mean,
Taylor Heineke is literally Ryan Fitzpatrick reincarnated.
Yeah.
He is like his alter ego.
He runs a little bit more though. That's the thing.
Yeah,
that's
I mean,
good for
he's
him.
literally Fitzpatrick. He is not afraid to throw the football. I guess this is
He's
big
aggressive.
one. What do you think about Aaron Rodgers all the way down at 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17,
I got him at
18?
I got him at 18 here. I think that the number one reason he's had 18 is because of the first game of the year. So that's the thing with projections. You got to take in mind, like I know at the end of the year, like when other podcasts, like they'll go through projections and it'll be somebody I had that just killed me, and they're like, oh, they're a top 24 guy. It's like, well, they had 3 really good games, and that's why.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So Aaron Rodgers had 1 bad game, and so let me see right now. If I change it from week 2 to week 5, let me see where he is. because I bet you he's way up there. So if I change it from week 2 to week
If
5,
you take out last
Nah,
night's
still-
game, if you take out week 5's game for Lamar Jackson, I bet you he ain't even near the top 8.
no, I know, and that's the way it goes because this is going based off of points. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? So, but yeah, Aaron Rodgers
Lamar
down to
Jackson
18.
had 450 passing
Yeah.
yards and 4
Unreal.
touchdowns. Take that out. I mean, that's what I mean. One
Yeah.
game make or break it.
It really can, yeah. And that's the thing. This is something I'm realizing about fantasy this year that I haven't really been big on. I want guys in my head that are just consistent, but I
Yeah.
think it's better to have guys that really can just
Spike.
kill a week
Yeah.
for you. You know what I'm saying?
You got to have a couple guys like that
Yeah,
that can win you the week.
yeah, that can just go
Like
off.
Tyreek Hill,
Right.
I mean, Mahomes,
Josh Allen.
Allen,
Herbert.
Herbert.
Yeah. All right. Anyone else you want to mention here? Any more surprises or anything else?
No. Let's move on to the running backs.
Okay, running backs. All right. So who's your top 10 running backs there?
Derrick Henry, number 1. Austin Eckler, number 2. Biggest surprise, I don't think anybody on the planet saw it coming. Cordero Patterson, number 3. Najee Harris, 4. Zeke, 5. Kareem Hunt, this is another surprise, 6. DeAndre Swift, 7. Aaron Jones, 8. Alvin Kamara, 9. And James Robinson, 10.
Yeah. See, mine are completely different on this because that has the bonuses and stuff that our league had. But yeah, Derrick Henry at number 1. I mean, he's been
Yep, he's
unreal.
been a beast.
Patterson at number 3. You have him.
Yep.
What's let me pull up his stats here. Cordell Patterson. Yeah, I mean, the thing with before the season was Mike Davis is a sleeper because there's nobody else in the backfield that's going to get touches. And then this guy comes out of nowhere from week 2 on. I mean, he's had over 15 points every single game, I think. So he's these are the type of players that you get off the wire and they bring you to the championship, or they bring you a lot more wins than you would have had without him. You know what I mean? Because it's just, who sees Cordell Patterson being the Atlanta's offense, basically.
I know, bud.
It's crazy. All right, who else we got? Najee Harris is at what? Talk about Najee.
Najee Harris is at 4. He leads. He's second to DeAndre Swift in receptions. So, this is a PPR league. You get 1 point for every single catch.
Yeah.
He's got 28 catches, 200 yards. He 1 receiving touchdown, 2 rushing touchdowns, 300 rushing yards. So, he's a complete back, man. He's a beast. He's a bell cow back in a league where there's like 5.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, let's look at bell cow backs. Derrick Henry, Najee Harris, Ezekiel Elliott, Kamara, Jonathan Taylor. I definitely give that to him.
Yeah, after last week, yeah.
Who else?
Barkley,
yeah, but he's hurt. So
that's pretty much it.
the rest of the guys share time. I mean, even DeAndre Swift, right?
Yeah.
He doesn't even start on his team. It's retarded. He's awesome, but he doesn't. But I think Austin Eckler at number 2. You got to talk about him, man.
Ugh.
He has been so impressive. What a talent. What a good running back, man. He has a tremendous nose for the end zone.
Yeah, he does.
When he gets near, you aren't tackling that guy.
No.
When he's near like the 10, the 5.
Oh, yeah.
He's getting in. So he's dynamite. I'd love to have him.
Yeah, I like him too.
And then you got your usual suspects: Joe Mixon, Nick Chubb, Fournette. He's a bit of a surprise.
Yeah, so what do you think about Fournette? I mean, because prior to the season, it was like Fournette and Ronald Jones and now Giovanni Bernard, and it's like, who's going to be the guy? They're going to split time, but now it's pretty much Fournette and Giovanni Bernard change of pace kind of thing.
That's it. Rojo's an afterthought.
You trust Leonard Fournette going forward to continue.
I
to
do,
what he's
yeah,
doing.
I do, absolutely. Yeah.
I would agree with that too. So let's see here.
McCaffrey will get back up near the
Yeah,
top.
he will. I mean, he's missed. He only has two games, two games and a quarter.
Yeah,
He's
he'll
at
get right back
25.
up near there. Yeah.
James Robinson is what'd you have him at 10? I got him at 8 over here.
He's 10. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, let me look at his game log. The first couple of games, 5 points, 6 points, then 19, 19, and 20 on the game log on Fantasy Pros. I mean, he's went from what was looking like, he was going to be a dud to a top 10 running back now.
Yeah.
So I think he's going to continue to probably do that going forward. They have to see. I mean, when they give him the ball and he plays good, they win pretty much. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
So.
Yep. Yeah. You know what? I mean, he's been playing so good. I would trade him for Adam Thielen.
Yeah. Well, that trade did happen. I take that back. They lost. Have they won a game yet? They lost every game.
0-5.
No, they haven't. That doesn't work for them actually.
Yep.
But they do better. Their offense does better.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Shall we move on to the wide receivers?
Yeah. Let's move on. All right. So Cooper Kupp sitting at the top. No surprise. Surprise. But this is Mike Williams, number 2.
That's insane.
Come on, man. You know what I mean?
That's just.
I mean, he
unreal.
went nuclear against me. He had 35 points, 2 long touchdowns. That's happened to me 2 weeks in a row, man. Tyreek Hill last week, Mike Williams this week. You got Hill with those 2 massive weeks. Puts him right at 3. Remember week 2 and 3, or week 3 and 4, something like that. 2 weeks in a row, Hill had like 8 points and 6 points.
Yeah.
And then in between, he had like 40 and 42.
Yeah. Yeah. So Mike Williams in 2020 played 15 games. He had 48 receptions and 85 targets for 750 yards and 5 touchdowns.
Come on, man.
And
that's more like Mike Williams.
Well, that's what he's done. No, that's every year going back
Yep.
to 2017. He's in the 40s every single year for receptions.
Yeah.
This
1 year he had 1,000 yards.
Yeah, that was
1
in
year he had 10
2000.
touchdowns.
Yeah.
2 different years.
So 2018, 10 touchdowns. 2019, 1,000 yards. But 2021, he has 5 games played.
He puts it all together.
31 targets, 31 receptions, 470 yards, and 6 touchdowns.
Yeah.
This is by far his best year ever. And he's a guy, since I've been playing, he just is on the wire, and you pick him up every once in a while. He has a good game, and you think he might get good, and then but he's always been injured too. That's the thing with him.
Yeah.
But this just goes to show that when a quarterback likes somebody, it really doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
I think it goes back to Big Herbs, man. Justin Herbert.
Yeah.
He's one of the best passing quarterbacks in the league. He throws the most, in my opinion, the most beautiful pass.
Yeah, that's
what
it
is
Drew
perfect.
Brees said too.
Perfect. So, and he's big, and he's got a strong arm, and he's smart with the football. Well, guess what? The guys that are playing wide receiver are going to produce.
Yeah, right. He's bringing out the best. I mean, Mike Williams always been good,
Well, and look at this. What about Jared Cook?
Jared Cook.
Look at how good he's doing.
Yeah.
Look at how good Eckler's doing.
Yeah.
Is it, and these guys are good. But I think it is just obvious of Justin Herbert.
Yeah, he's making everybody around him play better.
Yeah.
That's what good players do.
Yep.
So I definitely would agree with that. Who do you have at number 3?
I have Tyreek Hill.
Okay. See, mine's a little bit different, which is not a surprise. Who do you have? Let me see here. Devontae. Okay, Deebo Samuel. Let's talk about Deebo
He's
Samuel.
5.
I mean, that's who would have thunk. You know what I mean?
Yep.
That's pretty crazy.
It is. Yeah, it is. I mean, Deebo's having a career year. He's got 500. I think he's second in the NFL in receiving yards.
He's got 548, 3 touchdowns.
3 touchdowns, yep.
Yeah,
Having an awesome year, man. He's killing it. But you got to remember Jimmy Garoppolo, who was the one throwing him the ball, isn't now. Now it's Trey Lance, at least temporarily.
Well, yeah, they said he'll be the starter when he comes back, when he's healthy.
Jimmy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They said that, I think, today. So
Yeah.
he'll be back. But even with Trey Lance, he's still been doing good. I think he's just a good receiver.
Yeah.
And he's killing it.
Another one that's healthy. Now he's healthy, right?
Right, yeah. All right, who else you got over there?
Hollywood Browns right after Debo. He's killing it, man. He killed it last night. Man, he's like always making plays.
Yeah,
always, every game.
I mean,
Their games are on like more than any other team.
Yeah,
the
they
Ravens
have
games
been.
are on.
Yeah, they have. I liked him his rookie year. I liked him, and last year I really liked him, and I really thought he was going to bust out, and it just took an extra year.
Well, no. Remember at the end of the year last year, the last 6 games.
He did,
this started last year.
It did, yeah.
The last 6 games of the NFL season,
he
scored every week.
What was
Look
he?
it
He
up.
was like the number. I know what you're talking about. He was I think within the top 10 wide receiver for the last.
He scored a
games.
touchdown every game.
Yeah.
The last 6 weeks of the season.
So
then this year he's just doing the same thing.
He's killing it. And the other thing is too is I was listening to something, and they basically were saying like they can't really run the ball with they don't have the running backs like they usually do. So now they kind of have to throw the ball a little bit more than they're used to.
Yeah.
And it's working out for Hollywood Brown, Mark Andrews really well.
Yeah.
So are you worried about Hollywood Brown with what's the other receiver's name, Bateman, coming back or coming in?
No. I think Hollywood and Lamar have a special connection.
Yeah.
I mean, you could see it when they sit on the bench. They sit next to each other. I mean, they're sweet for each other. You know, they got like a Stafford Cooper Cup thing. They got a Sam Darnold DJ Moore thing. They got it hot. They got the hots for each other.
Well, he was a guy that was like you were kind of scared to start, but I think he just has turned into a trustworthy guy. So let me ask you this now: do you see Marquise Brown in the top 10 by the end of the year?
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I'd say top 12. I mean, when you do number 1 receivers, it's top 12. So yeah, I'd say I'd say he's the number 1 wide receiver by the end of the year.
Awesome.
Yeah.
All right, let's see who else here. Who else you got?
I mean, the biggest surprise out of the rest of them is Jamar Chase, man.
Give me the bag. Give me the bag, dude. I don't want to talk about Jamar Chase, bro. Give me that. Oh man.
Come on, put that bag on, man. You traded Jamar Chase for.
I was hoping this wasn't gonna come up. Oh man.
Come on, man.
He's so good, dude. He is so good.
23 catches. Not a lot of catches, but 456 yards, 5 touchdowns. Come on, man. Scored in every game.
This is what happened. I panicked and I looked at the volume and I said it's gonna stop. It's gonna come to a crashing halt. He's not ready to be that guy yet. Maybe next year, but dude,
it's the same exact thing that people said about Justin Jefferson last year.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, yeah.
And I had him. I traded for Jefferson last year in this same league. Traded for him, and people were like, "He's a rookie. He's not going to keep that up." And he just kept getting better and better and better.
And that's what's going to happen with Jamar Chase.
Yeah.
I mean, he's so good.
He's just awesome, man.
He is.
He's awesome, and they got so many other weapons. That's part of it. That's part of the reason why some of these guys are so good. They're not like the only weapon on their team.
Yeah.
You look at these guys at the top, man. Cooper Kupp, Mike Williams, Tyreek Hill,
Great
Devontae Adams.
Team. Yeah.
There's like great players around them.
No, for sure.
You can't zero in on them,
No. And while we're on Jamar Chase, how about that game on Sunday with the kicks?
Oh, that was wild.
I've never seen
more kicks being missed. Right?
With extra points, kicks, everything. There was doinks left and right all day long. It was weird. I never seen anything.
So many, man. Yeah, it was a bad kicking day.
Yeah, it was for sure. Yeah, I don't know what the deal was with that, but yeah. All right, let me get back here. Let's see. DJ Moore, he's at 10 on this. Oh, no. See, I'm in standard now. I got to switch it. DJ Moore. Where do you got DJ Moore? He's 7 here.
He's 7th. Yeah.
7, yeah. So, I mean, he was drafted as a wide receiver, too, with the potential, and he's panned out with Sam Darnold instead of Teddy Bridgewater. We talked about that a lot, but he just is – he's killing it. He had a bad game this week, but he's going to be good. DeAndre Hopkins down at – I got him at 16 here. That's kind of a surprise.
It is.
You know, what was he, a top 5? He was a top 5 wide receiver going into the season.
Yeah.
So that's kind of a shock. He's been banged up, and there's a lot of weapons there. I mean, that's the story there, I think.
Yeah,
so.
I think that when it's all said and done, he'll be top 15, maybe 14.
I would agree. I mean, yeah.
Which isn't where you drafted him to be, but, sometimes it's like that, man.
Yeah.
Coach Schaaf did a good enough job in some other areas, so...
So let's play a little bit of game. Let's play a game right now. I'm going to name 2 players, and you tell me which one you think is ranked first out of the 2.
Okay.
Brandon Cooks or Adam Thielen?
Brandon Cooks.
Correct. Brandon Cooks or Amari Cooper?
Amari Cooper.
Correct. Brandon Cooks or Emmanuel Sanders?
Emmanuel Sanders.
Wrong. Brandon Cooks is ahead of him.
Really?
Yup. How about Michael Pittman Jr. or Stephon Diggs?
I know Michael Pittman Jr. is ranked higher.
Michael Pittman Jr. or Antonio Brown?
I think Brown's 1 spot higher.
Nope, not with the bonuses. Just in a regular PPR scoring format, Michael Pittman Jr. is I got him 2 spots ahead of Antonio Brown. It just gets you thinking a little bit because you would never think it just is like Adam Thielen, fantasy gold, Brandon Cooks, fantasy scum. But it's not like that. You know what I mean? Brandon Cooks, he's at rank number 18 right now. He's had 2 pretty bad weeks. One of them against the Patriots. Everybody, I don't. In our league, I have him. I didn't start him because I knew he wasn't going to do nothing. But first 3 games, he had 20 points, So that just gets you thinking a little bit of perspective there on kind of where people are at.
Yeah.
Let me see here. Yeah, so Calvin Ridley's all the way down at number 38. I got him, and he missed a week, though, too. You know, that's huge. That messes it up a little bit.
I mean, he would have been in the 20s, but still, he's having a bit of a down quarter. First, section of the season, for sure.
Yep.
But I believe in Calvin Ridley, man. I really believe that he'll turn it around.
Yeah, I don't think he's top 10 like he was drafted.
No, he's not going to be.
I mean, he was drafted really borderline top 5, right outside the top 5 or right inside. Yeah, I think he'll be top 20 probably,
The good news is Matt Ryan's playing really well right now.
Well, it was against the Jets.
I mean, no, the last couple games.
He played good
against against the football team. He played good against the Jets. He actually played good against Tampa, dude. If you remember.
No, he's playing. He's definitely playing better.
I mean, he's still Matt Ryan. Don't get me wrong, but he's. Those first couple games, I was super sketched out. I was like, this guy, he's gonna fall off a cliff.
Yeah, he's ruining everybody.
Yeah.
Atlanta's a weird team this year. They really are.
Yeah.
All right, so let's move on to the tight end position. Tight ends are a dime a dozen. You guys probably know that by now. Don't look at your screen. Dawson Knox or Darren Waller?
I already saw it.
You saw it.
Dawson Knox is 3rd.
Yeah, he is. That's crazy. That's really crazy.
I know.
Dawson Knox, the tight end.
That was a great pickup by your brother, man.
Hey, that was a great pickup. I mean, it was, but if he would have played Mark Andrews, he would have won. So it's like...
I know.
But
still, to have Dawson Knox and Mark Andrews...
That's good, yeah. I wish he would trade because I really need a tight end this week.
Me
I would
too.
love to have Dawson Knox.
I would trade him. I'd give him something good, too.
Yeah, so he had... he caught 3 targets for 117 yards, and he had a touchdown on Sunday night against the Chiefs.
2 touchdowns.
2 touchdowns, sorry.
Yeah.
So yeah, he's been doing his thing for sure.
Yeah.
Travis Kelce is the 1.
Always.
Mark Andrews is the 2.
Yeah.
Dawson Knox, Dalton Schultz.
Yeah,
at
it's a
number
surprise.
4. That's a huge surprise there. But he's become one of Prescott's go-to guys, especially in the end zone.
Yep.
He's been killing it. Darren Waller at 5, TJ Hawkinson at 6. Hawkinson started off, bro. I thought he was going to be the one. The way he started off, he was looking so good.
I know.
And I think that the defense has just realized probably he's the only target out there, really.
Yeah.
So what do you think about him? That's your guy.
I think it'll even out. I mean, you know, they're not going to be able to stop him every week. He did have that knee injury last week.
He had a chance to play.
Yeah, I know. I hate that. But he, I mean, you got to remember a lot of what's happening in Detroit is they have 3 offensive linemen out. So T.J. Hawkinson is a great receiver. He's also a really good blocker. So he's fallen into the George Kittle trap. They're not sending them out on half as many routes as they were those first 2 weeks. Everybody was healthy.
Right.
Now they lost a couple linemen, but they're coming back. Once they get Penny Sewell back, once they get Frank Ragnow back, he'll do his thing again.
And what's the receiver's name that's kind of starting to pick it up? Amon-Ra St. Brown or whatever? Yeah, so I think if he can become a good option for Goff to throw the ball to, that'll open up a little bit of room for Hawkinson.
He's a slot receiver.
Yeah.
And as like this week, I think Hawkinson will do well. He's playing Cincinnati. It's a high-scoring game. Cincinnati's going to put points on the board. Detroit's going to have to throw to keep up.
Do you get nervous? Do you get nervous with him as your tight end with, after the last 2 games he's had? What do you have? I know he had 2 points one game.
He's had, I think it was the first 2 games he had 20.
Over 20,
each game. Then the third week, I think he had like 8. Then he had 5. Then last week he had like 4.
Yeah. Do you get nervous? You think he'll turn it around?
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I think he'll turn it around. I really do.
All right,
I mean, it's the tight end, man. It's unless you got that. Waller or Kittle.
Yeah, you're gonna have.
I mean, Kittle's hurt, but those guys, it's like that's what you're going. That's what you're doing. You're playing that game, man.
Next guy up at the number 7 is Kyle Pitts. The rookie for Atlanta, and he really hasn't done too much. And last week against the Jets, he just killed it. He had like 118 yards and a touchdown, I think.
Yeah.
So it's a breakout week for him. It was against the Jets, and it was without Calvin Ridley. But I hope that they're gonna be like, all right, I mean, he plays like a wide receiver more than a tight end, honestly.
Yeah.
They play him all over the field, so hopefully. They start to continue to go to him more. So, I think I took him in the 4th round, taking a risk, hoping that will pan out, and hopefully he does.
Yeah.
Gronkowski at number 8, which is kind of surprising. I think he was picked up off the waiver wire, wasn't he?
Yeah, that's all touchdowns.
Yeah, it is all touchdowns.
He's got 4 touchdowns. Like these other guys got 1, 2, 1.
But he's also missed 2 games though.
Yeah,
that's impressive.
Yeah, he scored 2 touchdowns in 2 different games.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
first 2 games, 2 touchdowns in each game.
Right.
That puts him right at the top.
Yeah, it does. I think
the tight ends. It's all about either if you're getting catches like Kittle,
Kelsey.
Waller, Andrews. Yeah. And if you're not doing that, you're getting touchdowns if you're near the top.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's right. But I mean, I think he has a chance to play this week. I think he'll remain good. You know what I mean? Just with the Tom Brady.
Nah, he's out. They already.
Oh, he's out this week.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, so he's out. My mistake. Last thing I read was that he might be good. Might be in. Hunter Henry at number 9.
Yep.
He's been doing well. He really had a great week this week. Goddard at 12. He's got the COVID. He's not playing this week. I wish Zach Ertz was on the wire because I'd play him this week.
Yep.
George Kittle's down, but he's on IR now. I don't know, man. What do you think about Kittle?
Oh, man.
It's a disappointment.
It is.
He's
got
George
so
Kittle
much
too.
talent,
He's
man.
so good.
So good. The couple years that, the 2018, 2019, I mean, he was, Kelsey was obviously the best, but Kittle was right on his tail.
Mm-hmm.
He was that good.
He was really good.
And, it was obvious that, Kittle would be the one, if anyone, to knock Kelsey off that throne, man. But he just can't stay healthy. They use him as a blocker so much. That is not true for Travis Kelsey or Darren Waller.
Yeah.
That's why, and Mark Andrews.
Well, Kittle don't mind blocking, though.
He's
come
a
out
great
and said,
blocker.
He said he likes blocking. He
Yeah.
likes knocking somebody down more than anything.
Yeah.
So
I know, and he's good at it, too. So, but it's like there's different breeds of tight end. There's the Kyle Pitts, the Darren Waller breed, and then there's Kittle, Hawkinson, some of these other guys. And they're good blockers. They're great receivers, but they use them to block just as much.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, and I mean, since last year, he played only 8 games. This year, now he's injured again. He's just been getting injured a lot. But 2018, he had 1,300 yards and 5 touchdowns.
Yeah.
I mean, that's insane.
Yeah.
So hopefully he'll turn it around. But if I had him, I'd be looking elsewhere and worried about him.
Yep.
All right, so we're not going to get into the kickers or the defenses, probably. Right?
Nah,
No
I
point
wouldn't
there.
bother.
All right, so that's the Week 5. Through Week 5 projections. If anyone wants to look at them for themselves, you can go on Fantasy Pros and look it up, and it'll show you there. All right, so now we're going to get into the Week 5 recap, and we're going to quickly get through.
Yeah, we gotta motor through it.
Yep, quickly get through this. Okay. So, what's the first one on your notes? Me and Dave. That's you.
Yep. Okay, so the let's go to the first one here, which is In to Win and Philly Special. The Philly Special, this wasn't close for the longest time. Philly Special had 163.5 points. Really like highlighted by that Thursday night game. You got off to a hot start. DK Metcalf, 26.8. Looked good right out of the gate. Then you came with that London game, that early morning, 9:30. No, who wants to watch that? Who wants to be involved in that trash? And you came out with a Kyle Pitts with almost a 30-piece.
Yep.
28.9. Mike Davis, 13. And you got up. You got up. You got up real big on Dave, man. And then, Dave, it looked like it wasn't even going to be close at all. Dave early on, all he really had was Claypool. He had 26 points.
Yep.
Boyd didn't do much. Then the, then the 4 o'clock games rolled around, and Kareem Hunt, who's, what a story this year, right?
Yeah, seriously.
He's had 26 points. He's the running back 5 or something, 4 or 5 this year. 26 points. And then the Sunday night game, Mahomes and Hill didn't really do what they do. Mahomes had 22. Hill had 15. And it was like, it's a blowout. And, snooze fest.
Yeah, right.
And then Hollywood Brown puts up 35.5.
Yeah.
And brings this blowout within 1.5 points, and that's where it died.
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, I went to bed. I didn't even know. I woke this morning. I was like,
man, what would you have done if you woke up and you
I
lost?
would have been the mush man again, dude. I would have been back on the Eddie Mush stuff, bro. So I'm glad.
Would you have changed your name back?
Probably, dude. I probably would have.
Yeah.
All right, next game, Christmas Money and the Turd Burgers. And Coach Shafe / Turd, you got to change your name back to Coach Shafe. I mean, come on. I've told him a bunch of times, I was wrong about your team, okay? Your team is amazing with Mike Williams. He's the number 2 wide receiver.
Yeah.
I don't even want to know what his team would have been like if he didn't trade Jamar Chase.
Oh.
It just would be over. It'd be, it'd be hard to beat him with Jamar Chase.
Yeah.
And I gotta say, for a rookie in the fantasy game, he's made some good moves. He really has. He made a nice trade this week. And
I still can't believe. I mean, I won't even comment.
Yeah, I mean, Dave, you know, I know you're going to say...
That's a bozo move.
I mean, it depends. Trades are all about opinions. Our opinion of Thielen has been what all year? Bust. Regression.
Big time.
But, you know, he was hot, and Coach Schaaf took a stab. He traded him while he was hot, and, you know, worked out for him. Good to you.
Good for him.
You know, so he got you 203 to 156. He beat you by almost 50 points.
Oh, yeah.
Which I understand
Beat
the
down.
bag. Yeah, he did. Let me see who we wanted to bring up real quick. Okay, so yeah, James Robinson, obviously, you know, the number 10 running back on the year.
Yep.
He did great. And Antonio Brown, 124 for 124 yards, 2 reception touchdowns.
Yeah.
You know, we said it in the beginning. I think that he has a chance to be the one on that team, and I mean, he had 2 nice touchdowns.
I mean, going into the draft, you can get Chris Godwin in the 3rd round, Mike Evans in the 3rd round, or Antonio Brown in the 10th.
Exactly. Yeah, so that was a good move for sure. So hopefully he continues to. I mean, I want him to do good, not because he's on your team, but just because of the story. You know, with him coming out and coming back in, and a lot of times when it happens, players don't pick up where they left off. So
yeah, him and Brady definitely have a connection.
They
man.
do.
It's obvious.
Yeah.
Brady loves throwing him the ball. Antonio Brown is the deep shot now. It used to be Mike Evans. It isn't.
Right.
Now it's Brown.
Mike Evans
He's
is
the
the
deep guy.
red zone guy.
Yeah, Mike Evans is the red zone guy. But, you know, I firmly believe that Antonio Brown is that, like, Tyler Lockett type.
Yeah.
He's either going to get a catch or two, and, you know, it'll be like, man, he sucks, but you keep playing him.
Right.
And then he'll get
it's gonna
30.
hit. Yeah. And it's like players like that, it's like, it's impossible to pick and choose when that's going to happen. You just got to throw them in your
play
lineup.
them every week.
Yeah, because you're not gonna get all. You're gonna be picking and choosing. You're gonna miss, and you're gonna regret it. You just put them in there and don't think about it.
Yep, as a flex or something, a wide receiver 3.
All right, next game is Dirt McGirt and Kay Slayers.
Yep. Yeah, well, Dirt McGirt at least made this a game.
Yeah, it was a close game. I wanted him to win this game. Honestly.
Me too. Of course I did.
I was rooting for you, Dave.
Yep, we're rooting for you, Dave. Hoping for you.
I mean, when I look at his team, like I honestly don't think his team is that bad. I think the players he picked just haven't panned out for him. I mean, AJ Brown is a top 10 receiver typically. He hasn't done anything, and he's been injured. CeeDee Lamb, he's been good. I mean, he was drafted as a 2.
But he hasn't been as good.
He hasn't been as good.
Yeah,
he hasn't been as good.
Yeah.
Jonathan Taylor, I think after this week, he's probably, you don't really have to worry about him. Not Nyheim Hines anymore.
He's a RB1.
Dude, he's a friggin' beast. And Henderson, I mean, that was a late round pick, and he's been excellent.
He's been good.
Really good. Solid guy you can rely on.
Yep.
Over on, we already talked about
Patterson
and Herbert. Anything else you want to mention?
I mean, you know, other than the fact that Zeke is having his best year in the last couple of years.
Yeah, he is. He's
I think it's worth mentioning.
Yeah.
He's had 25 points or more 3 weeks in a row, man.
He looks young and spry.
Yeah, he looks spry. This is him. So he got off to that rough start against Tampa. Then he comes out 17.7. Then 26.6. Okay, 22.3.
Yeah.
Oh, 27.2.
Right.
This is Zeke right here.
Well, this is the thing about Kay Slayer's team is that he always had that core of wide receivers, but he's gotten something out of Patterson and Fournette that makes his team.
Yeah.
Those are the type of things that take you there, you know?
Yeah. And he's got big herbs.
Yeah, of course. Well,
he's going to need to make a move, though. He's stuck between how you would say a rock and a hard place.
Why? He's got a bunch of buys?
Yeah.
Does he?
Yeah.
Yeah, that sucks. All right. College Moms and Team Flash.
Holy smokes, man.
Unreal.
Team Flash beat the College Moms by
36.
Man, if Team Flash isn't the luckiest SOB I've ever seen, I don't know what is.
He's the luckiest unlucky guy because he's got so many injuries, but he keeps winning. I don't feel bad for you anymore with your injuries. I really don't. Don't feel bad for you anymore.
Team Flash is 5-0.
Unreal.
And if you look at his team, his bench, IR, Q, 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 Q. He should change his name to Q.
Yeah, he's been hit really hard, but he somehow just squeaks him out, dude. I feel bad for my brother. He's got the platinum status. I think it's gold now after his losses. He can't. He's had a lot of people that he played that had high score weeks and stuff like that. He's been very unlucky.
He's gonna snipe me.
Every week I keep saying that. You know, he's gonna win this week. He's gonna turn it around. But you know, he just really hasn't. So okay. Anything else you want to mention there? I mean, kind of trying to get through this.
Nope. Let's go to the last one. Team OG. 178.20 to the Leatherheads 112.48. So, you know, I would say that, unfortunately, my buddy Sean, the Leatherheads, he's got the worst team in the league. I think his team is worse than Dave's, even though Dave is 0-5.
Yeah, no, I think so too.
Yeah, I mean, he just and some of this, I mean, look, Allen Robinson.
That's what I was just gonna say. He didn't pan out. Nobody saw that coming. Nobody saw Allen Robinson not being a top 12 wide receiver. You know what I'm saying?
Nope. I had him in 2 of the dynasty leagues I'm in.
Yeah, every time I mock draft in the back end, I always picked Allen Robinson. So if I would have had a late round pick, he would be on my team for sure.
Yeah.
So, and now Chris Carson's banged up. You know, Cole Beasley, you know, laid an egg on you with a point. You know, so
now Juju Smith-Schuster's out for the season.
Yeah.
He cut him, but it's like, come on.
You need to play the waiver wire really well or make a good trade. You know, you got people that, you know, Travis Kelce, yeah, he's really good, but you can get 2 good players.
Yeah, I mean, and you know, I just think that Sean isn't in it like that, you know. He doesn't.
Yeah.
He's like,
he's new to it, you know.
I'll just keep it the way it is.
It's nerve-wracking trading.
Yeah, but whatever.
Yep. So.
And then you go over to OG, and I mean, his team did its thing. You know, again, Eckler, 33.9, you know, almost 34 points. Hunter Henry, what a great pickup.
Yeah, that was a great pickup.
Yep. You know, I dropped him with the news that Hawkinson was playing. I mean, what do? You know, what would you do? Like, your starting tight end is playing. He's starting. He's playing. He played the whole game. You got to play him, right?
Right. Yeah.
So I'm not hanging on to 3 tight ends.
Right.
So I let Hunter Henry go, but he had a great move in picking him up and starting him. You know, and then he's got Chase, man. He's got Chase, and here goes Chase with 30 points.
Yeah, unreal.
It's just ridiculous. Buffalo defense, 17 points. Those are the things that give you that winning edge.
Yeah,
when your kicker gets like 14, 15, and your defense gets like in the teens.
Yeah,
like,
sure, yeah.
That team's hard to beat, you know?
Yep.
So, yep. It puts OG at the top, and you know what I think we should do is give us standings.
Yeah, sure.
Recap.
Yeah.
You know, Team Flash is 5-0, undefeated, which is really hard to believe. He's got 752.84 points that his team has scored. He's been scored against 617.92. That's how he's 5-0.
Yeah. That's how it be sometimes.
Yep. Then going down to Turd Burgers is 4-1. He scored 824.36, giving up 746.9. OG's also 4-1, and he's just 4 points behind the Turd Burgers at 820.9. He's given up 679.58. Then the Christmas Money in 4th place at 3-2. With 821.28 points. So we're all like right there with the points. But this is the difference. I've been scored on the most points in the league. 826.50. And that, my friends, is why I'm 3-2. K Slayers 2-3. 777 is what he scored. He's been scored on 797. Philly Special 2-3 scored 718 and scored on 737. Dave into win 2-3 708. He's put up. He's given up 709. And then the Leatherheads 2-3 scored 638, given up 685. College Moms 1-4 has scored 741 and given up 818.
That's why he has a second most scored on.
Yep, second most scored on him. Yep. And then Dirk McGirt 0-5. Man, 0-5. That's hard to dig yourself out of, man.
Yeah.
586 he's scored and he's given up 771. He's been outscored by 200 points.
All right, so that's going to lead us into our new segment we're going to do. We're trying to change some things up. We might switch even the format of the way we're doing things, but we're going to do the clutch call of the week and the regrettable call of the week. And every week, whoever makes a really smart move is going to be the clutch, and whoever makes a bonehead move is going to be the regrettable call. So this week for the clutch call of the week, it's OG picking up Hunter Henry and throwing him in there.
Yeah.
That was a great move. It panned out really well for him. After you dropped him, he was able to get in there and get him with Kittle out, and that worked.
Yep.
So, and the regrettable call of the week was, you want to do this one?
The regrettable call of the week was the College Moms benching Bobby Trees, Robert Woods. Obviously hindsight's 20/20, but if and just take into consideration the College Moms had played Robert Woods every week.
Yeah.
He benches him finally and he kills it.
That's what happens.
On the bench, 29 points.
Dude. It sucks.
Little advice, Connor. If you're watching, you're probably not because you're pissed. Don't bench Robert Woods.
Yeah, he's good. They're gonna involve him more. They said they're gonna involve him more, and they certainly did. So I think we should probably skip this, right? The Week 6 preview. Should we just get into that? All right. So we're not doing a Thursday night preview either, right? Or do you want to?
Let's do our Thursday night preview real quick.
Okay.
Let's just pick the winners of Week 6.
Okay.
I think that that's something that we should do. We don't have to go into any detail.
Okay.
So go ahead, you up first.
Week 6, Philly Special versus College Moms.
No,
I'm on Week 7. I'm against my dad, Coach Shea.
Week 6, it's me versus College Moms.
Oh, you versus College Moms.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with. Dude, I don't know. It's tough because both of you guys are kind of due. Who do you got on bye this week?
It's not. That has nothing to do with fantasy football.
I know,
who's
but
due?
Well, I mean, statistically, you ain't gonna lose. It's hard to lose 5 games in a row. He's 1-4.
Yeah, he's gonna win, dude.
Who's on bye for you? Nobody.
Oh yeah, I got a couple.
Kamara on bye.
Yep.
He's got Barkley out. I'm gonna go with College Moms for the win.
Yep, me
I'm
too.
gonna go with College Moms.
I like the College Moms to win this one. I got too many buys, too many people. I got Ridley buyed. I got Kamara buyed. It's just tough. Even though Barkley's out, his team is good enough to keep it going.
Yeah.
So.
All right, next is me versus the old Turd Burgers.
You versus the Turd Burgers. Let me take a look-see.
Kyle Pitts on bye, pretty much. Is it?
You got McCafferty back,
I got McCafferty back, though.
Yep.
I'm going to go with me for a win. Just because I don't want to say that my dad's going to beat me. So I'm going with myself on this one.
I'm going to go with the Turd Burgers.
Yeah, good call. I almost want to go with his team. He's been killing it.
Into win and Dirk McGirt. I actually think that the Dirk McGirt's going to get his first win this week. I really do. He's got some good matchups. He's got Antonio Gibson against the Chiefs. He's got Henderson against the Giants. He's got Jonathan Taylor against the Texans. I think that Dirk McGirt's going to beat Dave. And I don't really think it's going to be close. Okay, the next one, Team Flash and the Leatherheads. Man, boy, don't we need the Leatherheads to win this one?
Mm-hmm.
And he's projected to win too. So
Yeah, he is right now. Yeah, I mean, I'm going with the Leatherheads. I mean, he's got a lot. He's got too many injuries. OBJ sucks, dude. I'm sorry to say it, but he sucks. He's not doing anything. How many points? How many yards did Baker Mayfield throw for?
a lot.
And how many points did Joe Mixon have? A little.
OBJ.
Yeah.
4.
Oh, OBJ. Yeah.
4.
Yeah. I mean, come on, dude.
Yeah.
He's he belongs on the waiver wire.
Yeah.
All right, so that's it. Those are the projections for Week 6.
We got one more game.
Oh, one more game. Go ahead.
K Slayers
yeah.
and OG.
Ooh,
This is a good one here.
This is a good one.
Yeah. So Todd's got Debo Bide. He's got, I think that's it.
That's it, yeah.
Yeah, he's got a couple bench spots. He's looking like he's going to try and pick a couple people up. And then I do know that Kevin is hurting for, I think he needs a running back or something, or a tight end, or I don't know. Oh, he's got Dan Arnold in as his flex. Oh my goodness.
Ooh.
So he's hurting, as you can tell.
Mm.
But so these guys both got a couple spots open. Man, doesn't Kevin really need to win this one?
Yeah, he does.
I think that the K Slayers are going to pull it out. I really do. Yep.
Yeah, I'm gonna go. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go with K Slayers too.
Yep.
With Debo and Bye, he's been really helping him out a lot.
Yep. Okay, that's that.
So Thursday night is the Eagles versus the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I'm excited for this one. I'm excited to watch the Eagles play.
Are they gonna tank, dude? Are they gonna literally tank in this game? I mean, because it would be just like them on national television to become the laughing stock of the country.
Yeah, they probably are. I hate to say it, but the Eagles defense, they did good last week against Carolina. They did. They really improved a lot from the week before, but their defense this year hasn't been
This
good.
is a totally different
Yeah,
animal,
I think Tom Brady's going to pounce them. I really do. I hate to say it, but I just think I don't think they really stand a chance, honestly.
Yep. Well, so what do you got? What do you got for a score? What do you got for
all right, so
who's going to win?
Let me see. Let me get the what's the overall?
The Eagles are getting 7 points at home.
Jeez Louise. So
yeah,
I'm gonna go with Tampa, 36-17.
Here it is. Tampa Bay, 31. Eagles, 28.
Okay, I like that. I hope that's what happens. Who's gonna bust out this game?
Devontae Smith.
Devontae Smith? Yeah,
Yeah.
I think he is too, probably.
For the Eagles, but I really think that it's going to be a Leonard Fournette game for Tampa.
Yeah,
I really think they're going to win on the
they're
ground.
gonna run. Yeah,
I mean, Tom Brady will throw a couple touchdowns,
yeah.
but don't forget his thumb is jammed.
Mm-hmm.
He's been icing his thumb for a couple days. Gronk's out. It's a short week. They're traveling to Philly. I just think it's going to be a weird game, and I do think that Tampa is real suspect in the defensive backfield.
Yeah, they are for sure. They really
So-
are. Yeah, I think that Miles Sanders or Kenneth Gainwell is going to have a really big game. I hope it's Miles Sanders. When the running backs play Tampa, you can't run on them, but if you throw the ball to your running back, they kill it. That's
Yep.
what's happened the last couple weeks. So
Yep.
I'm going to go with Miles Sanders is going to finally have a big game. I'm trying to actually get him from Dave right now because he hasn't been doing good, but he is very capable. He's a good running back. But yeah, I think Devontae Smith is going to have good. Hurts is probably going to. I think there's going to be a lot of fantasy points.
I
to go
hope
around in
so,
this one.
man. It's like, let's get something like that going.
Yeah, I'd like to see it in a close game. So,
Yeah.
All right, so the last thing on the agenda here is we're just announcing that at the end of the year, after the championship is played, we will be doing an episode with an award ceremony, and just to mention a few of the awards that will be given out right now, we got quite a bit of them. We got Bird on a Wire, we got the Mushman, we got the Lucky Guy, Peter Panic. These are the type of awards that will be given out at the end of the year. So, you know, wherever you feel like you're going to go,
and shaker
the mover
of the
and
year.
shaker, yeah. So, you know, just a little bit of fun to have with everybody and give somebody a little bit of an award. So
Yeah.
that'll be exciting. I'm real excited for that. But anything else you want to add?
No, I'm looking forward to this week. You know, we just want to remind you guys that this is the first of many bye weeks.
Yeah.
So you got to check, make sure you don't have players in your lineup that aren't playing. And as always, do not put Thursday night players in your flex.
Why don't you put Thursday night players in your flex?
Because typically, as you go Saturday into Sunday, there's last minute scratches. There's guys that roll their ankle like Cortland Sutton at practice the day before the game. And then you don't want to put guys in your flex because the flex is an opportunity to play a tight end, a running back, or a wide receiver.
Right.
Which gives you more options, more variety. So you want to keep that flex open as long as you can.
Right.
It gives you more options. You can play more of your bench, if that makes sense.
Yep, no, that makes sense.
So if you got guys that play on Thursday night, you know, put them in that wide receiver 3 spot or that running back 2 spot.
Put them in their position so you have the flexibility.
Yeah, you want to keep that flex spot open.
Yep.
Okay?
All right, awesome. Well, thanks, guys, for watching. You know, we would appreciate feedback in the comments, and we'll see you next week.